Wale Falorin can easily be in the argument as maybe not the most underrated MC of all time, but definitely the most underappreciated. Wale embodies lyricism, spirituality, realness. He has tracks for the ladies, and he's definitely a fellow shoehead and shoe connoisseur. In 2014, Wale sent out a tweet to let all his fans know that he was dropping a free mixtape, not a new album. The mixtape will be titled Festivus, a nod to his favorite comedy show, Seinfeld.
Well, Wale called me, came to my show, we hung out a little bit, and he wanted me to do something. I said to my wife, I'm doing this thing with this guy, Wale, and she said, Wale is my favorite hip-hop artist anywhere. I have every single thing. Somehow
Festivus lands right in between two of Wale's best projects that all reference Seinfeld show. The mixtape About Nothing, which dropped in 2008, and then the album About Nothing that dropped in 2015, all related to Jerry Seinfeld's show. Within the 11 songs on Festivus, you get to see all of the nuances that make Wale a masterful MC. He would display his broad skill set and show his full range.
I was gonna come out in March, but what made you want to drop this mixtape out? Because of course it's a part of the whole Seinfeld series.
Anxiety. I'm not, I just get a little uncomfortable when I don't give people. I was trying to do what everybody else was doing, and Jay and Ross, they was like, don't drop no free project, and I'm like, I can't even sleep at night without, I have to. I'm sleeping better now. I'm sleeping at like 9 o'clock in the morning now. Before I was like, waking up like.
You got to drop something.
I'm a studio rat. I don't need a studio. So much. Like I'm always in there. When I made a conscious effort to put out something free, I started making records for the project.
But you got a lot of good response on this mixtape though. Because I know when I heard it, I got the whole 100 Miles to Runabout from it. And then of course you got the features on there, you got Pusha T on there, you got Chance the Rapper. Now that definitely surprised me. So of course like it's just holding people out until you drop that big project.
Hey, I'm all about feeding the fans, man. Like I realized everybody don't have the same journey. I was blessed with the ability to make a lot of music, quality music in a short amount of time. So, I'm just trying to continue to feed the fans and make sure.
Get to see a lot of dope features on this mixtape. The ASAP Ferg assisted Blood Money Part 3, which is the CNN song. And then with the beat flipping on that song, just took the song to another level. The Pusha T and Chance the Rapper, both solid features, but maybe the best feature was definitely the Ab-Soul song. But the crown jewel, the biggest highlight of not only this mixtape, but probably one of Wale's top 10 songs is a song called Chess. Wale said that at the end of the song that he had to read up on chess a few hours before he wrote this actual song, which makes the song even more epic because he had to really get more information about the game of chess and then replay it into a song. One of the dopest things about the dynamic between Jerry and Wale is when Jerry starts off the beginning of a song, Wale really internalizes what Jerry said, and it's almost like he builds the song around that theme or around that topic. With this being chess, the main core or the main key point is when Wale starts off each verse saying, in the grand scheme of life, we like pieces on the board, which is related to chess pieces on the board. So many different levels to this chess song. Wale does a masterful job of bringing a lot of different aspects to this song. For one, he's going to be relating people to chess pieces. The chess board is actually going to be the Washington, D.C. area. Now, the biggest part to that is he's going to relate how drugs impacted Washington, D.C. specifically, where Wale is from. Does a masterful job on this first verse. So the first thing he's going to talk about and he's going to bring it to the attention of the listener. Are you a king or a pawn? Are you the lowest piece on the board, or are you one of the strongest pieces? The second thing is he's going to relate the pieces on the board to race, because he's going to say where the whites move first and you go second because you're black. So he's bringing that historically back to race, where in the game of chess, when you're the white side, you actually go first. Now, the key part to that is he's talking about a move which is Sicilian defense, which is a chess move. So that means basically to profit from the initiative granted by the first move, white has to make use of his opportunity to do something before the black has an equal number of opportunities on his own. In many lines, black is playing not just for equality, but for the advantage. The drawback is the white often obtains an early initiative, so black has to take care not to fall victim to a quick attack. That just shows that's brilliance in hip hop. That's brilliance in how he's able to line all that up in a verse, and how he's able to play two aspects to chess and how racial relations work in our society. Wale then sets up this next verse saying, was it Rayful? Was it Reagan? Did the 80s hold him back? So he's saying how two major figures would really start to mold what would happen in the DC area, because Rayful, as most people know, is one of the most powerful dealers in the DC area. And then he's also bringing President Reagan into the mix with the Reaganomics, and also how selling crack was actually, you got more jail time by selling actual crack than you did selling, raw cocaine. So those two factors. And then secondly, he brings back another chess reference saying how you played the corner like a rook. And if you see the chessboard, the rook is, at the corner of each board, also relating to selling on a corner, being a rookie, which is like the lowest position. Well, being a rookie is the lowest position, but not actually being a rook. Now, also, he brings in dudes are trying to get their last move off before, police come or they get raided. And then finally, he just ends with checkmate, which is just related to getting a check, which is related to getting money. The second verse and the final setup to this song really takes the song over the top. Wale does a brilliant way of closing out the song, adding more chess references, and really making this song complete. So one of the lines he says is, now move along, pawns, never get the queen. So again, two chess pieces, the pawn and the queen. So in chess, the pawn cannot capture the queen without help. So that's one play on it. Second play, almost like a double entendre, is if you move like a pawn, you'll never get your queen. So he's saying if you move like the lowest chess piece, you're not going to get the ultimate prize, which if you call it a queen, which would be the highest level of a woman, not the average woman. So he's also playing that into the mix. The second part is everyone's seen the movie Juice, Pac being Bishop. So he's also bringing Bishop, which is a chess piece, back into the song. And then also asking, if you are working these corners, if you're a street person, are you going to double cross your homies, which is what Bishop did ultimately in the movie Juice. So he's also bringing chess again back into the song. And the final, probably the best chess reference and just overall brilliance of Wale is the fresh part of it. So at the end of the song, he says fresh, no Esteban. So saying Esteban is gonna, if you know about the movie Fresh, if you hear that name, it's the name of, the main drug dealer the main character that Fresh is trying to take down. So Fresh also plays on chess because in the movie Fresh the kid, he's actually a chess player, and the way he moves in the movie, he's playing chess against all his opponents that are in the film, which are all bad people. So as his dad, which is Samuel L. Jackson, teaches him how to play chess, he's actually moving exactly like chess in the film, which is brilliant. So also, to add on to that, Samuel L. Jackson, which he feels like he's the best chess player in the world, he says that if you took any of the best players in chess, I would cook them if you put them on a timer. So when Wale says be on your toes if you're trying to avoid the blitz, again, this is another chess reference, and then also another street reference. If you're on the corner, he's saying you got to be on your toes, and just in case the blitz comes in, which is just in case you get raided, just in case the cops come in, you got to be ready for anything. Now, blitz also is a chess reference because blitz is time chess. Basically, you're on a time clock. So just like Fresh was on a time clock with the film, he's saying he's bringing blitz time chess back into the song, which finalizes the song, it ends the song, and it just shows Wale's true brilliance and chess being one of Wale's best songs he's ever made.